Hi, my people. How are you today? Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good day to you. I hope you are enjoying yourself as expected. That is basic thing. How are you today? This is your financial analyst. Try to start the building for the business people. You are doing business, you don't know how to prepare your financial reporting. So I will try my best, and if you are following me, you see that you cannot be as the same that you be before. We have already talking on financial statement, and we talk on the balance sheet. If you go back, you see my video that I did on the balance sheet, and I told you. Let me quickly summarize. For the video that I did, I told you in that video that balance sheet is when you want to do a business, you want to have a business that you are doing. Before you start a business, you must have money. But some people have money, they don't know how to do business. That's their problem. But if you don't know how to do your business, you can acquire an accountant. An accountant, a good accountant, will start business for you, and you excel. That's it. Then I talk on financial statements, and we talk on balance sheets. Balance sheet, I said, if you want to have a business, you must have money. You must have what they call capital. And if you have capital, how will you do to your capital? And let me tell you, when you want to start a good business, your own money cannot start a good business. You have to go and borrow. You have to go and borrow money plus the money that you have. Then, being a good business and serious person, you are going there. You have to go there. You get there. So the money that you have, you can go to the bank or go to store or go to your friend and borrow money so that you can start a good business. And let me tell you, I was telling you that when we are talking about balance sheet, the money that you borrow and your money, all this money is your asset, is what they call asset, is your asset. The money that you buy, you borrow, and everything is your asset, is your capital. That capital that you want to use to start a business. But in your mind, you know that all the money is not yours. Since you know that all the money is not yours, what will you do? You have to draw your balance sheet. Your balance sheet, you put something into your left hand. What you put into your left hand is what they call assets. Your asset is what you put at your left hand. Then you put your liability in your right hand. Liability in your right hand. Why did you do that? When you want to start a business, I told you your own money cannot start a business. But you have to do what? You have to borrow more money so that your business will be boom. That's it. Then the business, that's the money that you borrow. Firstly, you put all the money, you put it at your left side. Left side, it means that you keep it. Nothing should go to tamper with it, with your business. When you call it business money, it's a business money. It's a business money that nothing cannot do. Then you now have it in your mind that, okay, like I did the example for you. Like if you have a 50, you have $50, and you done $50. You want to start a business, and the business you want to start, you already borrow money from your friend, maybe $25, and you go to store, you purchase in a credit goods, $15. All the thing that you spend is like $65, and you say you have $50. Is that $50? Is it yours? It's not yours. It's the business. So you have to put it there. Then you still owe $15. That is how it is. And by the time you are doing business, you are going there. You are going there. That is, then after you are doing business, after the business that you have done, you now realize $100. You that have $50, you now realize $100. $100 that you realize, I say, after you deduct all the money that you borrow, like you purchase something $50, you purchase and you deduct your $65 out of $100. It means that you have $35, and that $35 that you have is what they call your net worth. Your net worth. That's your net worth. That's it. Then let's go there. I just summarize it so that you can follow us. Does the balance sheet really show financial position? Does balance sheet really show financial position? Your own financial position is made up of the valuable process or valuable possession or resources owned by you. Yes, when you want to draw a balance sheet, everything, the money that you borrow is yours. Your own money is yours, because by the time you borrow money, it's yours. It's at your possession, and that is valuable. And because it's value to you, that's why you go and borrow the money. And your own resources offset by your debt. The debt, after you have offset the debt, the money, that the remaining one is what they call your net worth. Your net worth. And let me tell you, as stated earlier, the difference between the dollar measure of your resources and dollar measure of your debt is what is commonly called your net worth. Is what they commonly call your net worth. That's your net worth. And the net worth is that that's the only money that you have. If we apply the same formula to the company with which you are associated, we might, for example, find that the company balance sheet shows assets totaling 1 million or 100 million. 1 million, let's say 1 million. Let's go to 100 million. And offsetting debt. And your company has a debt, borrow money or borrow some things. You have to offset all the money that your company borrow. You have to offset all the money that your company borrow, so that its net worth is worth. When you offset 400 out of 1 million, what is remaining? 600,000. That is your company net worth. That is your company net worth. And so that your net worth is 600,000. Particularly, I am telling you, I'm so impressed by the algebra of this situation that this offset refers to the accounting equation. What is accounting equation? Accounting equation is that assets minus liability equal net worth. All your assets, you deduct your liability from your asset is equal to your net worth. That is A minus L. Asset is A minus L is equal to NWU is equal to net worth. A is asset minus deduct liability. You deduct your liability from your asset is equal to net worth. That is it. And the balance sheet basically consists of reporting of the dollar amount of assets on the left hand. You know, when we are talking of a balance sheet, balance sheet is reporting. It reports what you have. It lets you know, portrays to you that this is your money. This is the money that you borrow. And for a good businessman or good businesswoman, you must be very, very care for the money that you borrow when you want the business to be moving. That's it. It happened in a country like Nigeria country now. Nigeria as a country, that's why you see that you said that Nigeria is not moving forward. It cannot move forward because it didn't take to cognizance the money they borrowed. It is just sufficient that they are now trying to check on that and want to pay the money that you borrow. If you don't pay the money you borrow, you cannot boast of any money that money that you have is yours. It's yours. And let me tell you, if you want to do a business, I want to relate it with Nigerian issue. Just listen to me. If you want to do a business, you must firstly sit down, look at what is important. What is important that you must have that will make your business go through. That is the first thing. That you see that all the leaders that have been there before, they don't look at it. What they're after is their selfishness, and they have seen money. They don't think of the innocent people that are in the country, and that's why they will see the money and they want to spend the money, and the money they spend is not their own money. It's not their father's money. It's not their mother's money. It is country money. It is the citizen money. And let me tell you, when they get there, what they suppose you want to have a company. Let me cite an example of company. You want to have a company, maybe production company. If you say you want to have production company, it means that firstly you must have production machine that will produce. That's the number one. Then after you have production machine that will produce, you still have to have the goods that they put into the machine, that machine will produce. Then you have to have labor that will do what? That will work with the machine. Or if the machine is automation, that it can work by itself or with itself, is okay. But there is no way any machine that they call automation that will not have human effort there, because it is human that will start the engine and stop the engine. So no way you can say because you have automation or something like that, it means that you are not do what you don't need human effort. Now, and if you have production machine, you have goods, and you have human that will make the machine produce. That's good. You can go, and you know that the machine that you have is not your own machine. Maybe you had your money with the money that you borrow, making it the machine. So the goods that you have is not your own goods. You borrow money plus your money, you buy the goods. And you know that human capital that you put there, they are going to get their salary, whether you like it or don't like it. If you want to be a good businessman. Okay, let me tell you, my friend, if you are doing that, what will you put into consideration? You must put your machine into condition that this machine you don't want it to damage, because if the machine damage, it means that you are going nowhere. And after you have taken care of your machine, what will you do? You take care of the goods that you are buying machine. You must see good that will be put in into the machine, so that then you have the people that work on that. After that, when you start production, because you don't want the machine to damage, you don't want anything to happen to your machine, what will you do? Immediately you have started sales, you must keep some amount apart, that if the machine want to have problem, this is the money that you use for the machine. And you know the machine is not yours. Then immediately you have started production, you have been produced. Whatever you produce, what will happen to that? You have to keep the money. You have to have the money of machine. Keep it apart. Keep the money of goods. Don't say because you have purchased the machine. Put his money apart. And put the money that we use to repair the machine, put it apart. And make sure the salary of your worker you can pay it. That's why you can become an excel businessman. But in Nigerian situation, when things are good, when things are done are good, that's what they are doing. But when it was the time that all the bad leader, the cruel leader, the leader that doesn't want good for the country, they were there. They didn't think of that. They borrow money. The money that you borrow, you must have it in your mind that you have to pay the money. But Nigeria's situation is not like that. They didn't do that. They are continue borrow money. The money that they borrow, that they supposed to use for the business, they distribute it among themselves. That's why Nigeria still remain as it is. And when you go out, you see a developed country, you see that they don't even borrow money, because the money that they borrowed, they have already paid. They are using their capital to run the business, and they still thinking, that's why that the capital is even over yield. It is still in their mind that they mustn't tamper with their capital, their money. That's why they are putting. But Nigeria has a solution that they can't. But did they do that? If we can see a good government in Nigeria, a good government that can solve the problem of electricity, only electricity, I'm telling you, Nigeria will be great. That government should forget about any other thing. Do electricity. Immediately you do electricity, there are some brain people, there are some talented people, most talented people in Nigeria that can perform. That's it. Then we are not going right to the balance sheet. Basically consists of a reporting of the dollar amount of assets on the left hand side and all the existing debt on the right hand side. The two sides are then made equal by filling in enough on the right hand to make them equal. The amount of the filler is the net worth. So if we want to flaunt our mathematical ability a bit, we may point out that, as mentioned above, A minus L is equal to NW, that is asset minus liability, is equal to what? Is equal to net worth. This can just as well be written as A is equal to L plus net worth. That is asset As I already told you when I started, I said asset is everything that you use to start the business is your asset, but you have to keep it into your mind that you hold people that you want to return their money. That's why you can asset is equal to L, it's equal to liability plus net worth. That's your asset, and which is a kind of arithmetic model of a standard balance sheet, in which the asset on the left equal the sum of liability and the net worth on the right. I hope you are enjoying it. So far, it will appear that financial position means nothing more than a pair of total asset and liability. Financial position, when you are talking of financial position, the position of your finance, that position of your company is liability plus what? Assets. Liability plus assets is equal to what? Is equal to your company. Offset to show their different net worth. As a matter of fact, the arithmetic pattern consists only a minor aspect of any analysis of a company financial position. Immediately you offset, that is Nigeria position now. If you want to know Nigeria true, and our leader want us to know the position of Nigeria now, they should let us know how much is debit that outside, the money that we borrow. How much is the money that we borrow? Like His Excellency President Bola Tinubu said that they have already met the target of revenue. Is it a lie or a true? Everybody was very happy when they heard that they have met. Is it a lie or a true? That's what we want to know. If they are telling us the truth or they are telling us the lie. Let us know. Because if you have already met the revenue at in August, it means that the money that you are now coming to your purse is extra money. It's extra money for 4 months. So it means that Nigeria is moving. But how shall we know? How will I know? How you know? They should let us see the portrait of what Nigeria, how much is Nigeria owe outside. How much is Nigeria owe outside? Then how much it remain to return to outside, and how much is their revenue generation. So if we see their revenue generation, we deducted the money borrow, then we know the position of Nigeria now. We know the position of Nigeria. This is not to be saying it in a mouth. Let's see it. Let's portray it. So, offset to show their difference. As a matter of fact, the arithmetic pattern constitutes only a minor aspect of any analysis of a company financial position. The asset total has some meaning. The asset total has some meaning. The liability total has some meaning. And the net worth has some very limited meaning. But they are gross concepts, to say the least. Any analysis of a company financial position will surely take into account and will considerably greater interest. If you can know what I'm saying now, if Nigeria can move forward and let us know what is going on in the Nigeria situation, I'm telling you, if we can be very patient with the truth that the president of Nigeria is saying, if it's the truth, not a political not a political statement. If it's political statement because he wants people to vote for him for the second time, it means that we are deceiving ourselves, or he's deceiving himself, or he's deceiving the citizen of country. Because nobody said, Mr. President, what is the position? He was the one that said that. And it's very good if you are saying the truth. And surely that exists between some of the more detailed items within the asset, the liability, and the net worth category. Now, before you say Nigeria owe money, and they are saying they have been offset some money that they owe. What they didn't know, for those people that have been in government, they have been realizing it now, that what they're supposed to do, they didn't do it. They left what they're supposed to do, and they are doing another thing. They are doing another thing. That is why any government that want to succeed will want to succeed. What is the meaning of successful government? The meaning of successful government is that when you finish your tenure, every citizen will be very happy, and they will not want you to leave. Not on a political jams that they are doing. Not for paying the citizen, because citizen, you put them into hungry, and because they are hungry, that if you give them some money. The same thing with the company. The company, that good company, when you want to do what you should do, what you have to do is to employ true auditor. You employ true auditor that can analyze the position of your company for you. But if you say that you just want to let people see that your company is doing well, so that they can come and get the shareholder for your company, you are deceiving people and you are deceiving yourself. Because whether you like it or you don't like it, that company will collapse. The company will collapse. And the best thing for you is not to let your company collapse. That is what wants to happen to Nigeria. Nigeria is nearly to collapse, if not God help Nigeria. So my people, this is where I'm going today. I want you to be following me. By the grace of God, we are there. We are going to be there by the grace of God. I'm telling you, my name is Akim Kolawole Oyemi, AK-47, Laola Nozanzak. May God Almighty Allah be with us and let us make a good in all our days. I will be trying for you, if you are ready to move with me, with your business. You can see now that we are going on, so that God will help us. My name is Akim Kolawole, as I rightly said it, and my father's name is Oyemi, aka as known as Laola Nozanzak, AK-47. Let's meet back by the grace of God. We are going to get there. Thank you very much. Thank